This is day 2 of 30 scripts in 30 days, and today we are going to explore the natural flow of coral reefs. We are going to explore a specific type called brain coral reefs, and they are usually look similar to the brain topology and the brain creases and grooves. So this is similar to what we might expect, but not in this details, but just the flow of all of these curves. And we want something as smooth as possible, but also as following a natural flow as possible. And this design inspired a design that I have been part of over a year ago. It was a Bermuda restaurant, and it was really incredible experience to collaborate with really incredible architects. And this is the design. You can check all the details for the design itself. This especially this part which we are going to create, but I'm not going to create this exact design. I already prepared something for today, and let's start. So the first thing I want to do is I created this design, and I'm not going to explain this exact sub-D model. I just created something really fast to save some time. But I separated this part, which what I will work on for today. So for now, I will isolate it and just work on this only. And I want this to go to here and just simply cell brep and set one brep and just hide it for now. And we are going to work on this. Okay. This script is a little bit heavy, but it should work on any brep or sub-D or something similar to that because we are going to remesh it anyway. So I think it should work on most of the geometries that you are creating. So for now, I want this to remesh, try remesh, and I will use that. But right now, this is too big to be remeshed. So I think for now, I will try to use probably bigger amount or smaller length in this case. So for now, I want this to be 1.5. I think for this example, 1.5 is going to be enough topology as a mesh to have, as you can see, it's enough. It's not too much, but it's enough for this example. You can control this as big or as smaller as you want, but it's if it's going to be a bit more than that, then the script will take more time, and the script is already a little bit heavy, so it's going to take a little bit of time to process. After that, I want to get the naked vertices because I want to create my own grid out of these. I am interested in this grid, but not exactly because I want to create a proximity out of them. When you get all of these points, you have some really good, interesting connections. But right now, it's picking 5 elements, so it sometimes create unnecessary more connection that we need than we need, and also we don't need all of that. We want to reduce it a little bit. So for now, I'm going to try to make this a for now I want to make this 2 or maybe 3. I think right now maybe this is way less than we need, so for now I will make it 3. 3 is the perfect number for this example. And after that, I want to explode. And after that, I want to make to remove any duplicate lines on here. So for now, I will just remove duplicate lines and just flatten all of this and give it a second, because right now it was 34,000 and now it's 21, which the less data you are dealing with, the better results, and also um, more less time for processing, basically. After that, I want to get the shortest walk on these because I want to create the corals, the lines. So the first thing I want to do is basically the shortest walk, which is right here. You can find it on Food for Rhino if you don't have it. And the shortest walk are going to be between those points and some point in the middle. For now, I get the average point for all of them because when I try to get the center for this, it's just making a weird point somewhere, so it's not what I need. I want something in the middle. So for now, I took this, which is good, and I want to get those average points, and I want to create a line between all of these points and this average points. And right now you will have like all these lines, and these lines are going to be fed in here, which are the wanted path right here. So right now, this took a little bit closer to 25 seconds. So for now, I will try to speed the process. So whenever there is some processing, just keep your eye on this number just to make sure that how much the time expected for this step. So you will get the idea of the overall processing time. I will cut all of that. But for now, this is good. This is kind of the coral shape that we are looking for. If you hide all of this, right now we have done a very amazing, interesting thing, which is really, really good. Right now I want to transform all of this into a mesh, but I want it to be blended with the surface. So first I'm going to create a mesh based on a Dendro lines. But right now these are 11,000 polylines, and I want to first of all explode them. Okay, and after exploding, I want to flatten all of this and remove duplicate lines. And after that, this when you look at this, it's almost a million line. It's a lot. And when you look at this number in here, it's 11,000. So it's a huge difference between them. And this will make a lot of sense when you are trying to process something like that. It's already those 11,000s are a lot of lines, so they will take some time to process. But imagine that compared to this amount of lines. So it's important to reduce the amount of data as best as possible. After that, there's something called curve to volume, which is a Dendro component. Right now, this is Dendro, and you will have to download it from Food for Rhino. And right now, I'm going to get the curves in here, and the radius, I'm going to select any random radius. For now, I'm going to select this number. And the settings, I'm going to create a setting, so I can simply go to here. There's something called create setting, and plug it in here. And the setting needs the voxel size. The voxel size is basically how big a sphere, the spheres are going to be connected together, and those spheres are going to be like depends on their size. This will affect later how blended everything will be. So for now, let's try to make this 0.05. So this is the size of the voxels, which is not bad, but it's I want to create some kind of attractor in the middle, so the middle parts will be very obvious and very sharp, and not sharp, but I mean like thicker and more obvious, and the more it goes toward the edges, the more it blends back with the actual surface. So what I want to do is simply just create an attractor. So for now, I'm going to push this to here, and I'm going to show everything and just isolate this for a second and grab this middle curve in here. You can grab your own curves, but this for now, I'm going to move it or copy it exactly to 100 meters, any number you wish, but just copy it and join it and move it back to that 100 meters and then simply import it in here. So CRV, and this is the one curve that we are interested in. And I want the curves to be like the closer to this attractor curve, they will be a little bit thicker. So I need to get the mid curves, the middle, the midpoint of all of them, and I want to pull all of them, pull point, just like that. And after that, I want to remap all of these numbers from 0 to 1 because I want to simply remap all of these distances because I want to simply plug them into a graph mapper, all of those. But let's make those from the maximum to the minimum. So it will be, we will go to the bounds between the maximum and the minimum. So that's it. And in here, I prefer to use the Bezier curve. And let's see. Right now, these numbers are too big. So for now, I don't want the voxel size to be 0. So let's try this to be very small one. So I think 0.1 probably. And then one, I don't want it to be too much. So for now, I'm going to say 0.5. And let's see what we have done. By the way, let's make it like very obvious. So it's going to be something like this. Maybe. Or maybe something like this. Let's try this and see what we have done. And then instead of the radius in here, you can import it to here and just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so let's hide everything and let's hide this sub D in here and the curve also. And right now you can see that the middle is smaller and the outer is bigger, but I want to reverse those numbers. So right now I want those to be 0.2, actually 0.5 in here, and I want this to be 0.1, and wait again. Okay, I think this is good, but maybe in this case I want this to go a little bit crazy up here, and let's try again. When you look at this is like a belt around this shape, which is kind of interesting. You can control this however you want, but for now I think I will keep it like this and continue. And right now I want to blend all of these to the original surface. So I'm going to the original mesh in here, and there's something called fragments. Fragment patch, and those fragment patch need the naked vertices, the naked boundary, sorry, and this is the batch, which is actually creating a mesh around all of this, so it's closing it up. And when you look at this, what I need right now is to join all of this, and I'm going to mesh join and add those and add those, and just to be sure, flatten everything. So right now I have my mesh, which is good. And after that, I want to make this into a volume. By the way, just something to clarify, Dendro works with volumes. It's not a mesh, it's a volume. So once you transform any mesh into Dendro, it's a volume, and then you will have to transform it back from volume to mesh. So this is an important information, and we will use it. But right now we want this to be a volume, so there's something called mesh to volume. mesh to volume, and it will need a setting, and this setting is really important because we will use it every time we will need a setting for a component related to Dendro. Okay, this is perfect so far. Let's hide everything and let's hide this. And right now we have the main volume and this volume, the corals. Okay, and right now there is a volume union, so I'm going to UNION. There's volume union, and I will flatten this and add those and merge them with those. And let's see right now if we just preview this off. Right now we have a full volume of everything blended, but it's not soft. Right now it's very sharp and very rigid, and we want to smooth it. So the second thing I want to do is to smooth, and there is a smooth volume in here. And this component is a little bit, I think this one is the heaviest of all. So for now I will just lock the solver, and there's multiple options in here. Maybe I will show you just before I lock. I will just connect it, and then I will show you the better parameters for it. Okay, this should be flattened, not graphed. Okay, and right now it's started to blend and smooth, but it's not very smooth as I wish. So I think for now I will just lock the solver, and there's multiple things that needs to be modified. So the smoothing width right now is 1, so I will try 2 instead. And the type, I prefer Gaussian because it's the smoothest. You can try all of them, but for now I prefer 0, and probably let's double dot and then 3. You can slide between 0 and 3, and that's it. And let's wait for it to process. Okay, so this is way much better, and it's very smooth, smoother, way much smoother than what was previously. And I think if you want you can increase the subdivisions a little bit in here, but for now I will keep it like that. And then there's volume to mesh. There's volume to mesh, so there's a difference between mesh to volume and volume to mesh. Right now we need this volume, and we need those settings, and this right now we need to custom preview, and that's it. I prefer the black color. This is what we have done. So let me know if this is interesting and you want to try it for your next project or your next surface or something like that. And hopefully it's very interesting. One more thing that we want to create, want to make is to split it, because right now it's fully closed mesh. And let's preview this off, and I want to select this and then show while selecting, and while showing I want to select also the sub-D and isolate. So right now I only have the sub-D and the mesh, and I will copy the sub-D. Just make sure that you are not moving it, because if you are moving it you will reprocess the whole thing, which is not good. And just hide the sub-D, I don't need it for now. Maybe I will add it to a layer that I don't want. and just hide it. Perfect. And then I will select both the inner and the outer edge and move them somewhere here and join and just extrude them a little bit. And that's the only thing I need for now. I will just push it back to here, but there is an important thing in here that we need to mention. Right now I want this to cut or to split the mesh only at the upper part, so make sure it's just right in here. You don't want it to cut all the way, and this one only will cut the lower part, so just do not go all the way deep. This is important. And then there's something called mesh split, and select the cutting objects, and okay, just let it process for a few seconds. Right now you don't need those, so delete them, and you don't need those, so delete them, and show. And right now you will have your, you don't need this, so maybe add it to here, change object layer, and that's it. This is the tutorial for today. If you are interested to have this file, you will find it on Patreon, and just make sure to watch the episodes that you are interested in, because each episode is unique. And thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.